I am fixing retirement. Yes, you heard that right. Your old buddy Josh, Mr. Josh Scanlon, is fixing retirement. I'm going to show you why here. So check this out. So every week I get an email from the Kitses, Michael Kitses. I'm a big fan of Kitses right here. He has this weekend financial reading for financial planners. I've been following, hell, we had Kitses when I was at USA. He came to our, back in 2008, 9, I guess. He came to USA, gave a chat. Actually, USA, I tell you, man, USA, so frustrating. It's such a good thing. We had the best financial planners the industry has ever seen. I'm just telling you right now. These guys are freaking. I remember when I went to USA, I was a CFP, had 10 years under my belt. I worked at Vanguard, I worked at Schwab. I was like, I'm going to USA, an auto insurance company, a property and casualty insurance company. Dude, I was blown away. I was like, I think I'm in over my head. Anyway, it was like when I first went in the Army. I was like, it was crazy. It was stunning. I was like, I don't know hardly anything. Anyway, long story short, so we had Natalie Choate come to our thing to give a talk. It just, man, it was fantastic. It was so good. But you got to make money, and how do you make money? Offering essentially financial planning for $50 a month. Or whatever it was. I think it was $30 a month. Anyway, so I've been following Kitses for many, many years. Anyway, he had written this. Did he write this? It wasn't him, I don't think. Yeah, this guy right here, Adam Van Hoosen. I guess he used to do button-up polo shirts, and now he changed his name to Adam Van Dusen. But I want to show you something. So I want to share with you this right here from my book, my last book. Yes, I am working on. I am not having started my book, Reverse RMDs. I'm going to get it done by the end of the year. I promise you. You heard it here first. Pinky promise. I promise I'm going to get my book, Reverse RMDs, done by the end of the year. I'm going to start that literally on Sunday. I got it on my head. I just got to freaking do it. But it's believe it or not, writing a book is hard, especially if you're just not, when you can do the easy way on YouTube. I love doing YouTube. Just get on here, yap a little bit, and get paid. But writing a book is tough, but I enjoy it. Anyway, so I'm going to share with you a part of my book, Relax and Retire. I just put this on. In fact, let's see. On what's not going to show up today. A free book, free Kindle for the next 7 days on Amazon. If I can remember to put the link in there, I'll do it. It's on a book price. It's a promo thing. Price count. I can't remember what it's called, but it should be free Kindle or Kindle Unlimited. I think it's free Kindle for the next 7 days. Don't blame me if you paid money for it. I'm just saying, before you drop a dime on buying my book, make sure it's what I'm talking about. But I had written about this, what this guy talked about, so I want to share with you. And you can look up this book for free somehow on Amazon. I'll put the link in there. But before you buy it, make sure it's free. Don't blame me. I had one guy said, I thought you said it was free. I said, it is. He goes, well, I paid for it. I said, but you paid for the paperback, man. I didn't make the paperback free. So he was all mad at me. So whatever. All right, so I'm going to show you this. Hold on a sec. From my chapter, What Inflation Rate to Use? So many choices, all right? We're going to, such a good, I love this book, dude. So I'm going to show you right here. Inflation over various times, from 1913 to 1935. You see right here, all items, 1.5%, 1913 to 1935. Food was 1 point, you can see all this. 1913 to 1925, 5%. 1925 to 1935, negative 2.5%. What inflation rate to use? All right, so this is why I go right here. What I'm trying to emphasize here is that there simply is no way to accurately estimate year-over-year inflation for a 30-year retirement. Need more proof? Look at the chart below. This is all items inflation from 1913. All items inflation. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. All items. You can see there's no 3% average. There's no average there. It's nuts. All right. This chart reminds me of the article, When Will We Get Back to Normal, where Vanguard shows the vast majority of time stock returns didn't come anywhere near the average rate of return of 10.55%. There's the stock returns. When will we get back to normal? The average is 10.55. But look, it's all over the place. The average rate of inflation is 3%. When will we get back to normal? All right. So let's keep going. This is why you should get my book. If you haven't, you need to, or else you're dumb. I'm just joking. Just joking, boss. I love my clients or my customers. Given the extreme volatility of annual inflation, how can you run a long-term model on an average rate? You do it by running Monte Carlo simulations, which calculates volatility around an average. We're all familiar with Monte Carlo used in retirement planning for investment return, but no one uses Monte Carlo in inflation projections. Why? I posted a video on my YouTube channel discussing this exact thing, which you can see, and I linked to it here. Unfortunately, I have no financial planning software that uses Monte Carlo to measure inflation volatility and investment return volatility together. I can hear the peanut gallery screaming, though. Josh, food prices always go up no matter what. So while you get fancy with all items inflation, I'm just going to stick with a 3% rate inflation because of food. Really? Well, let's check the numbers. As you can see from below, using BLS numbers, right there, all food prices fell 4% a year from 1920 to 1934. That's food prices. Want to get more specific? Look at chuck roast. It was priced at 16 cents a pound in 1913. By 1934, it increased all the way to 16.3 cents a pound. That's an average increase of 0.08% a year for 21 years. But why stop there? Let's measure wholesale prices all the way back to 1801. From 1801 to 1935, wholesale prices fell an average of 0.25% a year. From 1801 to 1935, wholesale prices fell each and every year by 25 basis points. Want to use a different time frame? How about we start in 1890? The next chart shows the wholesale price for commodities increased by 0.79% a year from 1890 to 1935. However, over the same time, farm product prices increased by from 50 to 78, which is an average inflation rate of 0.99%. I think we all can agree these are not massive increases in prices, and that's in the 1890s and whatnot. And then I just go over to show the whole thing too. And then we go into the 70s and the whole thing. We see this is just so much fun. Anyway, so let's look at what the. Hold a second. What is it again? Oh, right there. So my premise is inflation is all over the place, and you can just see right here the CPI. Look at this. That's inflation. Oh, but Josh, they're gonna say, oh, it's been average 3%. Well, how do you account for that? How do you account for that? How do you account for that? It's all over the place. It's all over the place. And food doesn't always go up by 3%. Anyway, so my premise is there needs to be a Monte Carlo for inflation. If you're using a Monte Carlo, and I talked about what I think, I'm not going to get back away. So you have stocks going down. That's a whole sequence of return risk. Sequence of return risk for stocks. All right, let's look at what my man here says. What's the guy's name? Andrew Van Huysen, something like that. What's this dude's name? Adam Van Duysen. I don't know him. Seems like a good enough guy. But right here. Right here. How the timing of inflationary periods as well as the client's spending patterns can influence whether a portfolio will last through retirement. That's weird. How advisors can incorporate sequence of inflation risk into client plans to account for the volatility of inflation and its impact on the sustainability of a retired client's financial plan. Interesting. Here's my video from 2 years ago. Why is no one using Monte Carlo to calculate future inflation? Let's see how many views I got on this. Why does it only say 1 year ago? I published in August of 2022. 3,000 views. Wow, I got 3,000 views. Here's my man, this guy. I'm a computer programmer and mathematician. When I rolled my own Monte Carlo retirement projections, I certainly coded up for inflation as distributed random variable pulled yearly because of what you said. Why not? So at least one person does, so only for myself, 100%. And I gave him the little hearty thing. Anyway, so dude, so I was writing about it. I did a video about this, and yet only now we're hearing it. And look, I feel like what's my man's name? Ty Bernicki, who's the first person to address in the broad scheme of things of retiree spending going down, and no one credits Ty Bernicki other than me. I feel like Ty Bernicki. Now, I've never met the guy. I've never talked to the guy. We emailed a couple times, about 5, 6, 7 years ago. But anyway, he was the first guy who brought to the attention of retirement planning as a whole. I feel like Ty Bernicki. Like everyone's talking about, but no one's attributing it to me. And that's that. But I get it. You guys say, hey, man, you can't. You got to be willing to be overlooked to make the good things happen. I get it. It still frustrates me. Anyway, so check this out. Nick Maguli, something like that, dollars a day. I think he works with my man Ben Carson over at Rittenhouse, whatever the guy's name is, financial. I can't remember the guy's name. How near retirees react to inflation. Yeah, right here, Justin Fitzpatrick, Nerd's Eye View. You better freaking credit me, Justin. I'm literally just joking. But anyway, your old buddy Josh. Changing the retirement business, one person at a time. God bless. Love your thoughts.